Melusine. Of beauty.
Don't look at me like this. The show begins. Gusha Biat. For regrets, truth repeats its course.
Useless! Lament! Here! Worthless! Here! Here! Worthless!
We'll see about that. Have fun with this gift.
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Here! Here! Shut it! Worthless! Useless!
like it when people around me get hurt. It's so upsetting to see them in pain. But sometimes in life, fighting is inevitable. All I can do is pray and support everyone from behind by patching up the injured. And I have to do it with a smile. If only to keep people's spirits up.
The air grows thick with the stench of evil. I could handle the upcoming battles on my own, but I know you wouldn't agree to it. So promise me at least that you will not let your guard down.
Hero defeats dragon. Princess defeats dragon. Prince gets defeated by princess. Ugh. I thought I'd be able to find at least one story about mixology here. But nope. Just a bunch of fairy tales. Ooh, wait. Here's one. Hero convinces dragon to defend kingdom by plying dragon with alcohol. Puh. What a load of baloney.
I know that many of the younger generation see me as a sort of legendary figure. Why, my stories and my accomplishments can even be found in Kosharawar textbooks. But it does seem that people aren't quite used to having a legend living among them. No one takes my courses or pays attention to my research. Even securing research funding can be a struggle. If I were lucky enough to have one of my predecessors here in the flesh, I'd be waiting on her hand and foot, serving her tea, massaging her shoulders, asking her all sorts of questions. What happened to this generation? Where is their inquisitiveness? Where is their respect?
Mind the deluge.
Dare to mess with me? Truth repeats its course.
Lament! Worthless! Here!
Look at you, Bootail.
Cascade.
Useless!
Shake and stir. Too late for regrets. Ears of the storm.
For it! Disappear! Worthless! Here! Worthless!
I was expecting to see weird and wonderful things in this place. But so far, zilch. no funky-looking critters with antennae on their heads, no plants full of funky-smelling juice. Even the monsters here are all ones I've seen before. If this carries on, I guess I can forget about trying to find any new cocktail ingredients here.
This is a nice little challenge, isn't it? Getting out into the world with your friends, exploring all its nooks and crannies. It's exactly the sort of thing you should be doing while you're young. Back when I fell into those strange ruins, I didn't have a single other person to talk to. I only had myself to rely on. Now that was a true challenge, let me tell you. That said, I wouldn't recommend that experience to anyone.
The legacy of the Yakshas lives on in the historical records that tell our tales. Still, that brings no solace to me or my late comrades. But watching the shell lanterns rise into the sky during the lantern rite, that is what brings me peace.
I have heard that Mondstadt's deity makes few demands of his people. Whether they prosper or not, their fortunes are of their own making. But is this a blessing or a poisoned chalice? In the quieter moments, I often find myself wondering what the merits of this approach to guardianship are. Sorry, it is hardly my place to criticize. I simply desire to protect everyone I can.
Perhaps we could take a walk by a riverbank or somewhere similarly.
Protect us!
The depth's back!
Whirling snow! You take flight! My apologies! Embrace the ice! Take flight!
Shudder! Freeze to the core!
A squirrel, a fox, and a cute kitty cat. Oh, I'm trying to write a heartwarming song with a fairy tale theme, but it's a little tough. I think
I need to go back to the storybooks and look for some more inspiration.
If you ever wish to rest without being interrupted by other people, there's a method I use occasionally that I can highly recommend. Quite simply, fetch a brush and paper and start copying some poems. To the eye of the average observer, you will appear engrossed in official duties, and people will avoid disturbing you unless it's something particularly urgent. Plus, the very practice of calligraphy induces a state of inner calm, which is, of course, the main reason I recommend this technique.
What will become of the wicked aristocracy after being ousted by the valiant knights? Will they flee into the dark woods while the nation rejoices, wallowing in self-pity? Or will they beg for mercy, only to skulk in some corner of the city, sharpening their knives? Fairy tales never answer these questions. They just assume that eternal peace is a given once the villains have been defeated.
Sometimes I worry that if I'm not careful, I might make a mistake that ends up putting you in even more danger. Once that thought enters my head, I start losing confidence in myself about the battles ahead. But I am determined to overcome my fears and focus on doing all I can when I'm fighting by your side.
It's time to pull the trigger.
Gotcha! Things are about to get dicey. More speed.
Hey! Usual! Time to shine!
Here comes the catch.
Everyone hold hands! Share my knowledge!
Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in song!
Hey!
Busted. Game's up. Run is over.
Grow!
Crush. Vengeance will be mine.
The show begins!
Gotcha.
only a handful of monsters blocking the way ahead. Surely I won't need to personally make an appearance. I mean, I did read your report. It's just, okay, perhaps they do look a little tough, yes, but mostly I'm just not feeling up to fighting today. No, of course I'm not afraid of them. Fine. If you insist on performing as a duo, then I shall indulge you.
There's no rush to get to the next battle. It's critical to fully recover your strength if you want to stand the best chance of securing victory. Why don't we take some time to review the enemy threat and fine-tune our plan of attack? In my experience, the more thorough the plan, the sweeter the satisfaction when it all finally comes together.
We've still got quite a few punishing battles ahead of us, don't we? You ready? If life gets too dull for too long, I start to feel numb inside. I need some excitement to make me feel alive. Why don't I roll the dice? If I like the numbers I roll, we'll keep going. Could be a fun way to liven things up around here.
Children have all sorts of wonderful dreams, with more colors than even the feathers of the dusk bird. But once they grow up, their once vibrant dreams slowly begin to fade. Luckily, we can use the written word to make a record of our dreams before they disappear. Maybe, when it comes down to it, that's what fairy tales are.
All is accounted for. Let's move out.
Wind knows me.
Clouds high. The birds come.
My apologies.
Time to go.
Everyone hold hands!
Take flight. Rest and rebuild.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
I see everything!
Whirling snow.
One with wind and cloud.
Hey! Allow me!
My apologies.
One with nature.
I see everything!
Take flight.
fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Hold the line! Torrent, bring refuge!
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud!
Everyone hold hands! My apologies! Yeah! Yeah!
The wind knows me.
Hey!
During my days as a wanderer, if I came upon a beautiful view and was feeling in a poetic mood, I'd stop to compose a few lines. I once thought about writing an anthology of my poems and leaving it on a shelf so I could share with others the way I felt when my eyes first met those wonderful sights. But when I looked back at the drivel I'd written, I gave up on the idea. I'm sure other travelers will get that same sense of peace from the natural world as I did, if it's meant to be.
Stories from other lands are something new and precious to me. I cherish the opportunity to read them during our rest time. I hope I can finish them. Look at all the wonderful printing and the beautiful illustrations. Oh, could we read some stories together? Only if you want, of course. There's a lot of interesting details I want to share with you.
I'm really curious to know what's at the end of this maze, too. And yes, I know that as we go further in, we're bound to meet tougher and tougher monsters, and maybe even suffer some setbacks along the way. But after the winds and rain have passed, the saplings in the forest grow a little bigger and a little stronger. We'll only get to see the blue sky above the treetops if we keep pressing on, right? It's a rare treat for me, being able to read undisturbed in a quiet place like this. On Watatsumi Island, as the Divine Priestess, every action I take is the subject of scrutiny and speculation. I have to show some restraint so that my personal preferences don't unduly influence everyone else. But here, I feel like I can relax a little. You won't mind if I suddenly laugh out loud while I'm reading, will you?
Ready for a rehearsal?
I will do as you command.
Cryo Incarnate!
This is long overdue. I can fix this. Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Next on me.
Tournament of the deep!
No touching.
My will embodied!
Let's play. Yeah. Think you can get away? Here we go. Access denied. Must press.
Transfiguration! By ordinance divine!
Hold the line!
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
It's been a while since our last adventure. Oh, Paimon wonders how many Durin is getting along in Simbulanka. Let's go to the Forest of Blessings and take a look.
Take your true form!
Here we go. Access denied.
Rebuild!
Think you can get away? Wouldn't Yahoo!
Torrent, bring refuge!
Manifest! Cryo Incarnate!
No touching. When danger rose, they overcame their foes, onward forging to the journey's end. My dear courageous traveler, if you will allow this humble bard to join you on your journey, it would be my honor to compose an epic poem to remember your deeds. I'm willing to bet a whole glass of apple cider that your story will be one for the ages.
I used to use my rest time to review documents, but well, that was when we were at war. Given that there's no time pressure here, I prefer to take things at a slower pace and make sure to rest and recover my energy in between battles. After all, exhaustion is one of the deadliest enemies you can encounter on the battlefield.
Exploring domains is an arduous task. There's always something unpleasant waiting for you up ahead. Either monsters and demons or bandits and thugs. But I am fated to tread a treacherous path. What difference does a few extra battles make? When the battle starts, let me clear a path. That way, at least I will do some good.
I don't know if the thought of the battles ahead is troubling you, but if so, I do have one suggestion to make. We should make sure we're well rested before we proceed. We could find a safe spot to have an afternoon nap, for example. I always strive to do things perfectly, but so often I find that the harder I push myself, the more mistakes I end up making.
Ready for reconnaissance.
time for takeoff. Take flight. Kamisato art. Sometsu. My opponent. Obey. Cryo incarnate. Yahoo! Think you can get away?
All hail! Access denied.
Whirling snow.
I have heard that books harbor the author's emotions. If I spend some time reading them, will it help me understand human emotions better? Do you have any recommendations?
So, a short rest before the big battle, huh? In that case, I think some light-hearted music is in order. Something easygoing enough to help everyone relax, but not to the point where it becomes too snooze-worthy. Take a seat wherever you like. Once you're comfortable, Der Frühling and I shall begin our serenade.
Sometimes I worry that if I'm not careful, I might make a mistake that ends up putting you in even more danger. Once that thought enters my head, I start losing confidence in myself about the battles ahead. But I am determined to overcome my fears and focus on doing all I can when I'm fighting by your side.
I wonder how tough things will get as we keep going. Funnily enough, that's a question I rarely ask myself. I've always felt that so long as I focus on doing everything within my power to complete all of my duties, I'll take whatever troubles lie ahead in my stride. And if that still doesn't solve the problem, well, that just means I didn't work as hard as I should have, right?
knight!
Things are about to get dicey.
Silence! The tides beckon. Bow your head.
We've still got quite a few punishing battles ahead of us, don't we? You ready? If life gets too dull for too long, I start to feel numb inside. I need some excitement to make me feel alive. Why don't I roll the dice? If I like the numbers I roll, we'll keep going. Could be a fun way to liven things up around here.
I don't believe anyone enjoys taking up arms and going to war, unless they're seeking to fulfill some other desire. Whenever the sound of clashing blades fades into the distance, I appreciate the silence that follows all the more. Too quiet for you? Then I'll play a tune on the leaf, so you can be surrounded with the sound of nature.
A lounge. Very good. I approve. You think it's too quiet here? I find it quite to my satisfaction. It is an ideal place to rest and enjoy a little leisure time. My only quibble is the sheer volume of books here. One can only imagine how long it would take to read them all.
There's only a handful of monsters blocking the way ahead. Surely I won't need to personally make an appearance. I mean, I did read your report. It's just... Okay, perhaps they do look a little tough, yes, but mostly I'm just not feeling up to fighting today. No, of course I'm not afraid of them. Fine. If you insist on performing as a duo, then I shall indulge you.
Fry! How's this? I got careless. Fry! We'll
Everyone has their limits.
Fry! Another test subject. It's a fury!
Go as one!
Wind, hear me!
The hunter becomes the hunter. Got careful.
A new job.
I cannot give up! Mons.
What you got?
Go as one!
Come again.
Go as one! I swear by my sword!
Another test. Become
You're open. A new job.
I cannot give up!
Barbados, guide us.
Go as one!
Ready for anything.